My name is Cameron Belton, and I would like to introduce you and welcome you to the very first episode of my new podcast, my new little show, Through the Lens of Cam. You know, Cam, Cameron. Y'all already know how it go. The Impala. The Impala. The Impala. First year of the Impala, 1958. Why did it even come about? It was the 50th year anniversary for General Motors. If you don't know, Chevrolet falls under General Motors. Chevrolet, Pontiac, Buick, Cadillac, GMC, all fall under General Motors. GM. So, 1958, well, let's step back. Prior to 1958, the most sought after thing ever. 55, 56, 57, Bel Airs. Cold. Chevrolet was riding a wave. And they said for 1958, let's give our top of the line Bel Air a name of its own. Top of the line Bel Air came out, 348 engine in it, two-door coupe, or a convertible, whichever you prefer. You know that 58 convertible are crazy. They called it an Impala. 1958 Chevrolet Bel Air Impala. Went crazy. $2,600 off the lot in 1958 money. So that's like $23,000, $24,000 in 2020 money. So it was an everyday man's car. As people I know like to put it, an Impala is basically a average man Cadillac. Instead of paying $60,000 for the car, pay $20,000 for the car. High level quality of luxury, get a little sports in it. You know, hey, go crazy. 1959 hit the scene. Chevrolet saw how crazy and wild the 1958 was going and how great it sold. They said, what the heck? Let's make the Impala its own car. So they had, for 1959, they had a Bel Air. But then they said, let's go with the Impala too. So you had your hard tops, your sport top, your convertible, your station wagon, your four-door sedan, your two-door coupes. You had it all, man. 473,000 of them things got sold in a year. Easily Chevy's number one seller. Impala. And it just kept riding and riding and riding. 1959 or 1958 was the first gen. 1959 and 1960 together made the second gen. Gen 3 is what everybody knows. I'm telling you. Whenever you think of Impala, one of the first things that's going to come to mind is either 1961, 1962, 1963 for sure, or 1964 for sure. I promise you, you're going to think of one of those, and there's no reason not to. It was literally the first muscle car ever. Because the other thing you think of when you hear Impala, a SS, a super sport. They threw a big block engine in it. They redid the suspension to beef that thing up a little bit. Made the handling so much better. And it was comfortable. You could fit the fam in it because it was a big body car. It was a land yacht. Like, bro, car was humongous. These cars are like 17, 18 feet long. But they're so cool. That's what everybody likes. That 61 to 64 era, man, goes crazy. As the 60s keep going along, you get your fourth gen that's 1965 to 1970. In that time frame, you're still getting quality cars. You're still getting those big block engines in it. Or you can still have your everyday mom and pop grocery store go-getter or the car that the whole fam fills into. And they had SS models. 61 to 69, bro. You can get an SS, that's a four-door. A big engine, everybody can pile in it. It's gonna go crazy down the road. And it's just the eye catcher. Now, it's still an eye catcher. It's so popular. All of those things are so popular. But as time goes along, the SS badge falls off. And that's when the car starts to fall off, kind of. 71 on, you're like, it's an Impala. That's it. 71 through 76 has its thing, people love that for the fact that, the donk culture, but we'll get to that later. But hey, does go crazy, does work out in that time frame. But before I get any further, I definitely want to take one step back. So remember how in the beginning I told you that the Bel Air gave the Impala its time to shine, its chance? Well, the Impala did the same thing for the Caprice. Granted, they didn't call it a Impala Caprice, but Chevrolet definitely did this really weird thing where they made the Caprice become the top of the line, and the Impala was just the average car. So if you look at it this way, you could get real sporty with your Impala, or you can get real luxurious with your Caprice. And in 1966, that's what they did. They said, hey, we'll take Impala from the top and put the Caprice at top. But, like I said, you can have your sport model here with your Impala, or you could go here with your luxurious model of a Caprice, and boom, you got the game and you ran with it. They look just alike. It's only minor detailing differences, but still, it's dope. And just like those cars of the 60s, every model in that time frame had its own little differences. Whether it's a 63 with the points on the sides, or the 64 with the rounded sides, or you looking at the 65 that's sleek with the different little light bulbs in it. Hey, 65 go crazy. You heard it from me, but hey, don't tell the streets too much, hey. So let me run it back up to you. 71 through 76. You got a little glass house action in there. That was the real deal. 74, 75, 76. That's what stood out. Those rear windows that were just so big and massive, with all the lighting and all this glass on the car. It's so amazing. You hear people talk about them from time to time. You even hear rappers rap about it. Just like they talked about those 60 cars. You'll hear cats talk about the 71s too. Every now and then. 77 through 85, you're looking at Gen 6. Not too bad, It was bland, but that's definitely the police car era. That's what you see all these cats got. That's like the police car. That's it. Like, that's the best way to put it. I mean, yeah, the government officials had them. They were going crazy with it. Fleet sales had them too. But I mean, after 77, that's kind of how all the Impalas were. That's what you saw it as. So let's keep going with it a little further. 85, they stopped for a while. They were like, the Impala cool, but we'll keep the Caprice going. We don't drop the Impala for a little minute. 94, oh yeah, they came back. They came crazy with it. Had this big body, nice look, clean, fast Impala SS. I'm telling you, that 94, 95, 96, gotta get a 96. 96, that's the birth year, But that model is cold. Bro, that was like the reinvention of a sports muscle sedan type car. Like, if it wasn't for that car, I promise you guys wouldn't have these Chargers that y'all out here riding around in now. That right there, the 1994 to 1996 Impala did it for that. Threw the big body engine in it. It's going crazy. Hey, you can pile the fam in. It's luxurious. It feels nice. But it's going so fast. It's doing the thing. It's not just a Caprice that's like, oh, that's Granny's car. Or, oh, yeah, Uncle Jimmy got that thing right there. Or, yeah, I had a Caprice as a first car. No, if you had this Impala was the deal. Trust me. If any of y'all got a 96 Impala, get at me. I'm trying to get one of them things. I want that to be my birth year car that I have at some point in my life. I got to get one. Let me know. Drop something in the comments below. We in this thing. We looking. Help me out. 8th gen. And they came back around with the Impala. Or they came back around with the SS. But it was only in 04 and 05. And it was a supercharged V6. So it ain't do too much noise. But I mean, that's still what you're seeing. That and this model of Impala 2000 to 05, that's what you're seeing all these cats with. That's mall security and security companies. I mean, they still cool, But that's at this point, that's what they're all for. Then you hit that 06 to 2014. That's what you see everybody with. You see your mama with that thing. Your auntie got one too. You know your cousin got like 2 of them sitting at the house right now. And all you hearing when they all riding is you hearing that little knock noise. You're like, what is that going on? But anyway, big car that sold all types of numbers because you saw police people with them. You saw government officials. You saw your job got some. Your mama job got some. You know your cousin job got some. Everybody using them. Rental car places went crazy with getting it. So, you know, it's 1,001 of them somewhere, 1,000,001 if you're going to be for real. But we kept going, and the 10th generation was the last generation for now. 2014 to 2020. Nice little model, clean little look. I might mess around and get one if, you know, I get me a few little dollars or something, a little extra money. My neighbor got one. I like it. It's cool. And yeah, the last one rolled off the line February 2020. Farewell to the Impala. Gotta love it. But with all of this being said and all of this time that I've taken to talk to y'all about these cars, I want y'all to hear some more wonderful stuff from somebody that I learned from. Somebody that's better than me when it comes to this car stuff. And y'all know me. You can ask me a car question and I'm going to find out about it. Whether I know it off rip or I'm calling somebody. I'm going to let you know. And if I don't know it, 9 times out of 10, the very first person that I'm calling is this man right here. My dad, my OG. Let me let y'all see what happened when I sat down with my pops. And we chopped it up about cars. So, you know, let's do that thing. Whoop.
Stacey Owens, some people in the streets call me Big Papa. Okay. Some people in the streets call me Spanky. Okay. But, you know, I'm Berkeley's finest.
All right.
The legendary one.
The legendary one.
There we go.
Stacey Owens, Spank,
yep,
Big
all
Papa.
That. All that.
My dad, personal. Thank you for letting me interview you today, sir.
Oh, no problem.
What is this fine automobile we got behind
75 Caprice Classic convertible.
Okay. What made you get into cars?
I've always liked cars, and just from a kid, being around my uncles and dad and them with street race cars or souping up cars, playing with cars, working on them. I've always liked them.
Okay. In your lifetime, how many cars have you had that, as you like to put it off camera, are collectors or collectible cars that you did something with?
I've had 5.
Okay.
Had a couple 64s, a 63.
Okay.
The 75 convertible. I also had, back in the day, I had a 73 Cadillac limousine.
Ooh, a limousine? Okay. Look, I ain't even gonna ask no questions about that. All right. So as you were talking, you said you had a couple of Impalas. What was the first one that you got?
The first one I bought was a 64 Impala SS.
Okay.
It was a super sport.
Okay.
But it was, meanwhile, in the process of me working on it, getting it together, I ran across a 63
okay.
Impala. So I bought that. It was more of a complete car. And so I went ahead and put hydraulics on that and sold a 64.
Okay.
Because I personally like 63s better.
So that's your favorite, 63.
63 is my favorite by far.
All time. Any car in general,
you give me a
or
63 convertible, I'll take it over anything.
Over anything.
Personally.
Y'all heard it here first. Favorite
like
car,
all,
top of the line. That's
me,
what he's going for. 63 convertible.
I like the points.
Super sport.
I like the points.
Okay. So you said you put hydraulics on that 63. What made you do that?
Oh, I was always into lowriders. I was always in the street, the California lifestyle, the lowriders,
okay.
the essays, all that.
Okay, so for those that don't know, because I haven't got to that part in the video yet, what exactly is lowriders? What's the whole concept?
It's a concept, well, it started out west, and it's just where you drive the cars low to the ground, you alter them, you change the suspension, you put batteries in the trunk to make them hop and dance and different things like that.
Okay.
You know, it's just a whole lowrider scene where you could be driving down the street 1 second with an average height, and the next second it could be down on the ground, dragging the ground or whatever. Yeah, you can have them dance. 3-wheel, hop, whatever you want to do with them.
I heard through the grapevine, in a couple videos I saw it, I've heard the streets talk about it, but I heard that you were the 3-wheel king. That was the best thing. You were, nobody could do it better than you, especially in St. Louis, but you even went other places and did that too, right?
Yep.
And shows and everything. So hey, this man right here got it going on.
I put that car together just for a 3-wheeler.
Okay.
I had buddies that had cars that hopped. I had buddies that had cars that danced. I put mine together to be a 3-wheel. When we all went out of town, we went out of town as a group, and we went out of town to represent St. Louis.
Okay, and what, if you don't mind, what was that group or what was that car club?
We actually started off as the St. Louis Juice Crew.
Okay.
That's what we started off as, because it was all just St. Louis people. And then some of us branched off into our own groups, and then me and my buddies ended up tying in and getting linked into the individual car club out of California. And that was the group that we got linked up with, and just so that we would get bigger exposure and bigger, larger notoriety and stuff like that, we actually got with the individuals, LA Car Club, put their stuff down. We got under them, just like I say, for notoriety, to get our name out there, even though St. Louis was on the map. But you really need to be affiliated with bigger people to get bigger exposure. Okay. So that's what we got with the individuals. That's what's up.
That's what's up. So, as a part of the individuals, were any of your Impalas a part of that? Or
yeah, my 63, and the 75 was when I first put it together. But then over the years, how things progress and move along or whatever, it got to a point where the club was only wanting hydraulic cars on it. So at the time, I had an 83 Fleetwood I made for a hopper, and I had it, and it was flying a plaque in it also.
Okay. So, you dropped some knowledge for the people that don't know for sure, because at some point in this video, I definitely want to get to lowriding, because Impalas are such a big part of the culture in general.
Now, the main thing people don't realize is there was a transition from the Bel Air to the Impala to the Caprice Classic. So that's something a lot of people was unaware of. They want to say, oh, everything is a 6.4 when all it's all old school, but it's different variations of it.
Yeah.
My dad was into Bel Airs, right? And then Bel Airs turned into Impalas.
Right.
I love Impalas. And then it turned into Caprices. And that's what this is.
Okay. So, you said that you're big into the West Coast style, which is what made you like the Impalas. You said 63 is your favorite. As far as the culture, because the reason I picked this specific car was because it is such a big culture iconic vehicle. Just for you, saying that that's a great thing or a thing that you enjoy as well, what pop culture references or pop culture things do you see Impalas in, or believe that car is the reason for certain things?
Well, most people, if they thought about low riding and stuff, the biggest influence would have been the Boys in the Hood movie. When they had the 63 convertible in there, they had that in there, and that's what a lot of people would equate that to. They would, oh man, I remember those in the video, in the movie. That's what a lot of people do. But a lot of old school videos, well, even rap videos, period, West Coast videos, stuff like that, is where you see a lot of them.
Okay. So I'm gonna just wrap it up with this. Thank you for sure for the time, but if you could say anything about an Impala or a Caprice, what would you say?
I don't think they ever made anything else like them. They was like, some people like to call them the poor man's Cadillac, because they didn't have a Cadillac emblem, but they the GM thing, and a lot of parts interchanged with them, and they all go together. But it's nothing like them. It's nothing like having them. I would recommend anybody get a convertible if you're gonna get one, and enjoy riding. You ain't gonna beat it, and you get a bunch of looks, a bunch of thumbs up, all that kind of stuff. It's actually cool to have. A wonderful thing to have.
I'd like to say thank you to my dad for always having my back, and definitely for doing this interview. Thank y'all.
And all of y'all out there watching it, encourage him to buy a car.
Most definitely. So that way I can get a 63, even though 65 was my favorite.
Start his own tradition.
But me and my dad gonna get it together. I'm gonna get a 65 and he'll have a 63.
Right.
If y'all see us out there riding around, just know.
Right.
It's Big Papa and Little Papa. We out here with y'all. Thank y'all. Hey, shouts out to my dad for that dope interview. I mean, it was so natural. We just sat there talking, chopping it up, bro. That's it. But my dad definitely, most definitely hit us with a whole lot of gems and a whole lot of facts. Um, as you heard him talk about the lowrider culture, the lowrider scene, man, the West Coast had it on lock. Those third gens that I was talking about, that 61, 62, 63, 64. Actually, all of those in the 60s. If you out on the West Coast, that's what you seeing all the time. You seeing them hard tops. You seeing them convertibles. That's all you see. The two-door game out there is so crazy because Impalas are the thing. The Impala is the culture. The whole reason I picked the Impala is because the Impala is so impactful to the culture. Everything you see, everything you do, everything you know of has been touched by the Impala in some way, shape, form, style, and size. A lowrider, all they're doing is putting little wheels, little tires, with some hydraulic fluid and a pump that's making the car go up and down. It's going crazy. They putting it up on three wheels, they bouncing it, they riding up, they riding low. Think about it, even the movie Cars. If you go back and look at that movie, Ramon, the guy that was painting the cars, that painted Lightning McQueen the cool colorway, he was an Impala. 59. A lowrider. Think about it. You hear songs about all my friends have lowriders? Bro, pop culture is the Impala. The Impala is pop culture. You hear Eazy-E talk about cruising down the street in my 6'4". A 6'4", a 64 Impala. You hear everybody talk about those. That's the thing. Or if you watch Boys in the Hood and you saw Ice Cube's character Doughboy, that's what he was running around in. He had a 63 Impala convertible. All his friends jumped in, piled in. They had to go find Ricky. They had to go get the dudes that got Ricky. That's what they were in, a 63 Impala. It's so iconic. Keep going down the line if you want to look even further. The 70s models that I talked about earlier with that donk culture, bro, South Florida had it on lock. You throwing candy paint, 26s, 28-inch rims on these Impalas and Caprices of the 70s. It's such a thing now. The whole Southeast region goes crazy with it. You'll even find people all over the country, all over the world with donks, lowriders, box Chevys. That's the thing. The Impala is part of that. You say, what's a box Chevy? Well, hold on. This is what a box Chevy look like right here, you know. That 77 through 85 model that I said was kind of black. That's what they did. They threw them big wheels, candy paint, redid their interiors, put a booming system in it, and boom. So you got three different styles of cars that are humongous in pop culture and hip hop culture, music culture, movie culture, just the culture. It goes crazy. And think about it, you even have cats that have these same exact cars in pristine condition. They don't even put candy paint and chrome wheels on it. They keep it factory. You see the evening orchard of the 65 out there somewhere that's just perfect. Or you see that sport blue of a 64 that's just like, man, they didn't do anything to this car. And those go just as crazy. People nowadays, if you think about it, they were buying those cars back then for less than $10,000 in that time's money. Now you're paying $10,000 of your own time's money on a car that's a bucket. Like, it's rusty. But you turning that car into something amazing, and now you've put $10,000 in it, can sell it for $40,000, $50,000. These cars are so collectible and so great, especially the 58 through the 65. Those are prime cars to get. These cars are amazing. Even the newer ones are a beauty when you see them put something to it, put your own personal touch to it. But this car here is just so amazing that I had to personally make a whole video for my class to turn in for a grade that would determine whether I graduate or not. That's how much love and appreciation I have for this car. It's that great. So like I said, if y'all can help me find me a 96 or a 65 or 68, hey, look, even if you can help me find a 63, I'm with it. Help me out. Drop something in the comments below. But honestly, I want to say thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, I'm definitely going to drop way more videos as time goes along because I actually enjoy this now. I've taken the time to really sit here and do this. Yo, Through the Lens of Cam is finna go crazy. Maybe over time I might change the name. But for now, we're definitely sticking with Through the Lens of Cam. And I definitely want to give a huge shout out to my dad for doing the interview and being there to help. A big shout out to my homeboy Romero for being my cameraman and helping me get this thing pumped out. I promise y'all, this ain't the end. Y'all gonna see Through the Lens of Cam more and more and more. So in the comments, also let me know what else y'all want me to talk about, because that's what I'm here for, to talk. Y'all know I be talking. I just be talking. So hey, thank you. Wholeheartedly, thank you. See y'all later. Love y'all. Peace. I holla.